Hello everyone, my name is Rossi and today we're going to look at George Carlin, Time is a Human Invention. And what I can say is, pretty much yeah. Like, we create time. Like, someone had to. It's not like, as soon as we were born, it was like, yes, this is morning, afternoon, evening, night, midnight, doesn't dawn. We didn't do it. It wasn't natural. We created it and it became just a natural part of our life. We don't even think about time. We just want to manage it. So yeah, time is us, man. But I'm curious on what he really wants to talk about in this. So let's go.
You know what bothers me? People who want to know the time. The ones who come up and say to me, "What time is it?" As if I personally were responsible for keeping track of such things.
AKA get a watch.
Sometimes they'll phrase it a little differently. They'll say, "Do you have the time?" And I say, "No, I don't believe I do. I certainly didn't have it this morning when I left the house. Could you possibly have left it somewhere?" You know, now that you mention it, I believe the Navy has the time. In Washington. They keep it in an observatory or something. And they just let a little of it out each day. Not too much, of course.
Oh my god. Okay. So it's gonna be a more little dialogue comedy bit. Okay. But yeah, why are you asking me for the time? If you care about time so damn much, grab one of these things. I know they're ancient. No one really probably knows how to read time anymore, but take one of these. Take one of these, or look at your own phone. And if you're as intelligent as you think you are, you should be able to look up in the sky and tell the estimate time. Come on out.
Just enough. They wouldn't want to give us too much time. We might not use it wisely. Sometimes in a playful mood when asked if I have the time, I'll say yes and simply walk away. I do that because I hate to disappoint people. You see, there is no time. There's just no time. I don't mean we're late, there's no time. I mean there is no time. After all, when is it? Do you know? No one really knows when it is. We made the whole thing up. It's a human invention. There are no numbers in the sky. Believe me, I've looked. They're not there. We made the whole thing up. So when are we? Sometimes we think we know where we are, but we really don't know when we are. For all we know, it could be the middle of last week. And the time zones are no help. They're all different. In fact, in parts of India, the time zones actually operate on the half hour instead of the hour.
What the fuck? What? Why? What the fuck? That's also how I feel like with daylight saving times. Like, can we stop that shit? That's so fucking annoying. Like, what is that actually saving, huh? Man, for how universal time is, it seems it has a lot of damn harms. Now, time zones I get, but can we just be uniform? Time. Don't do half-hour shit. Keep it 1 hour span. Do the 24-hour thing. It'll be a lot more simple that way. And if you split in the middle, you go to your state border or your country's border. If that makes sense.
What is that all about? Does anyone really know what time it is? And never mind a piddly little half-hour difference in India. How about thousands of years? The major calendars disagree by thousands of years. To the Chinese, this is, 4699. The Hebrews think it's 5762. The Muslims swear it's 1422. No telling what the Mayans and Aztecs would say if they were still around. I guess their time ran out. Remember, folks, these are calendars we're talking about. Instruments specifically designed to keep track of time. And they're all different.
Yeah. People just mess around with too much. What the? Okay, that part I never thought about before. Damn. Fuck you, time.
And they're not just off by a couple of weeks. This is thousands of goddamn years we're talking about.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Our current Gregorian calendar is such an amateur show that every 4 years we have to cram in an extra day just to make the whole thing work. We call it February 29th. Personally,
Leap day.
I don't believe it. Deep down, I know it's really March 1st. I mean, it just feels like March 1st, doesn't it? But even that simple quadrennial adjustment doesn't fix things, so every 100 years we suspend that rule and dispense with the extra day. Unless, of course, the year is divisible by 400, in which case we suspend the suspension and add the extra day.
What the
But
fuck?
that's still not quite enough. So every 4,000 years we suspend that rule too, and back comes February 29th. Here's how we got to this sorry state.
What the?
The Julian calendar was introduced in 46 BC, the Roman year 709, but it was off by 11 minutes a year. So by 1582, there was an accumulated error of 10 days. Accordingly, that year, Pope Gregory XIII decided that the day following October 4th would be called October 15th. They just skipped 10 days, threw them out. Officially, in 1582, no one was born in France, Italy, Spain, or Portugal during the period October 5th through October 14th. Weird, eh? But even weirder, Britain didn't adopt the Gregorian calendar till 1752 when they dropped 11 days out of September. Since this also applied to the American colonies, officially no one was born here from September 3rd through September 13th, 1752, except Indians. By the way, that was the same year New Year's Day was moved from March 25th to January 1st. The way it had been handled before, for example...
Wait, what the hell? Oh my god. I need a moment just to come. Yo. I want to hear him talk about daylight saving time. I want him to talk about that so bad right now. But that's just mind fucking me right now. Go on.
Example was that March 24th, 1750 would be followed by March 25th, 1751.
Why?
Pretty fucked up, huh?
Yeah.
You thought that big millennium party you went to was being held right on time. We try hard to keep track of time, but it's futile. You can't pin it down. For example, there's a moment coming. It's not here yet. It's still in the future. It's on the way. It hasn't arrived. It's getting closer. Here it is. Ah, shit, it's gone. We use words like now, but it's a useless word because every time you say it, it means something different. Can you tell me the time? Or which time did you want, now? Or the time you asked me? Or how about now? Is this the time you want? Speak up, this stuff isn't standing still. And think of the phrase, just now.
That reminds me of Spaceballs, one of the scenes. The monitor, this is now. What you just been through is now. That's what one of my favorite comedy scenes of all time. This is the type of shit I wish I learned in physics and all that. That stupid formulas that remind me of Math 2.0. I wanted to know more about this stuff. Space, time, and all that. Fuck. Time ain't perfect. So from this point on, I don't want anyone talking about how long my videos are and act like you don't have time. Like, bitch, you do?
Did you hear that? What? Just now. You mean just then? Yes, just then. Wait, there it is again. When? Just now. Everything we think of as now is either the very recent past or the very near future. There's no present. Welcome to the present. Shoo. Gone again. It's all so imprecise that people sometimes don't bother with minutes and hours at all. They keep things purposely vague. What time you got? I got just after. Just after? Gee, my watch is slow. I got going on. It's amazing how something as precisely calibrated as time can be described so loosely, especially where short periods of time are concerned. We say at once, immediately, right away, just like that, no time at all, nothing flat, at a moment's notice. And one that I never understood, before you can say Jack Robinson. You don't hear that much anymore, do you? Maybe Jack ran out of time. Maybe he was an Aztec. And let's not forget a jiffy or a flash. Do you know which is quicker? Well, I looked it up. In fact, there are 2 jiffies in a flash, and there are 6 flashes in the twinkling of an eye. No one seems to know how many twinklings of an eye there are in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And by the way, why is it 2 shakes of a lamb's tail? Wouldn't the basic unit of measurement be 1 shake of a lamb's tail? Another vague word is soon. For me, soon has an emotional quality. It has great potential for sadness. Is Daddy ever coming to visit us again? Yes, dear. When? Soon. Here's a spooky one. Sooner than you think. Wow. Sooner than I think. That's like before you know it. I'll be back before you know it. Holy shit, he did it. Sooner or later, one of these days, any day now, from time to time, every now and then, a little while. A little while is nice. So gentle. I'll be home in a little while. That wouldn't bother you, would it? I think anyone could wait a little while. It doesn't sound too threatening. Your father is sick, but he still has a little while. That's different from a short time, isn't it?
Yeah.
A short time sounds terminal. Your father has only a short time. If I were about to be executed, I'd much rather have a little while than a short time.
Okay, what the hell was that piano tick-toot thing? But yeah. I just need a moment. George just... He didn't change my outlook on life, per se. He just basically confirmed some things I've been thinking about. So, I just need a moment. Anyways, peace.